So, originally Donald Judd came from New York because this was borderland?
Well, he had been through in the military when he was in service, and they passed through here.
Okay.
And he really loved the area. He was just fascinated by the area. High desert plain. And especially the natural adobe structures and the lines of things that in the architecture already here are quite minimal. So what's not to be in love with that? He had a degree in philosophy and was a critic far, far before he was even a producing artist. So he had his things nailed down and of what things should be.
I think people are drawn to the area just for the beauty of it, the light. I love coming here for that, just the sky and the light is so beautiful.
Again, I don't mean to get stuck in the alley.
Yay! Wait, is that a double entendre here? We were stuck in the alley already. This was an alleyway. This was zero, null set, just used as the cut through from the main street. So many people cut through. So lots of heavy traffic in the back.
I guess this was built in the alley between these two buildings. There's a furniture store on this side. This used to be a flooring shop, but the guy retired. I guess this was just a roof in between the walls. It was a barbershop in the 40s, and I got it from the last owner. But if you measure between these walls, it's less than 9 feet. It's like 8 feet and varies.
So was that difficult, finding a way to create a home out of that small?
Yeah, I mean, I was instantly drawn to it for the challenge. The bed's changed a couple times. Basically, it flips up. It used to roll up the wall, and this was the counterweight. So this would go down, and the bed would go up. But I'm in the middle of switching it out. It's going to have a shelf on each side that goes up and down, so you can adjust it.
Why are you switching?
It wasn't a real mattress on there, so it wasn't very comfortable.
I was always skeptical of the pulley system, but I don't want to say I was right or anything. But the spring, the new spring looks fantastic. So yeah, now I think there's going to be a latch on the floor, and the big gag will be to pull the pin and slam someone against the wall, Bugs Bunny style. Boing.
So the inside space is 320 square feet. And we basically tore everything out except for the floor.
I mean, you can see the mountains of black tar that the two, if not 2.5 different roof structures that were on top.
It was like leaking so bad and so many layers of roof.
So you were down to just like an in-between space again?
Only the floor, yeah.
Wow.
We basically prefabbed the structure in Houston, drove it out here on a truck. You can see the pieces we prefabbed. And then in 2 days we tore down the old place. In 5 days we had the rest of it back up.
I know George for 17, 18 years now. I was working for him also at the time and doing fabrication, and so I knew anything that he was working on was going to be interesting.
So this woman right here is the mayor's wife. When we started tearing it down, she came up and said, "What are y'all doing?" I said, "Oh, well, we're tearing it down and putting it back." And she said, "Do you have a building permit?" And I said, "Well, we got a building permit when we put the hot water heater in." She said, "Well, I'm sure that'll be okay." But then after that, building permits were a big deal in Marfa. But you can see the details of the steel. So all the wood pieces just screw on.
So it had the same basic wooden supports to something much lower. And we tore all that down, tore the facade down, hauled it off, and then there was the new stuff. We cleaned it out, realized what an amazing wood patterned ceramic floor this is. You kind of have to be able to ad-lib too. Some things aren't straight. Some things are, they don't work out in 600 miles away from you like they work when they're going in.
Look at that, look how crooked that wall is at the top. It leans out that way.
Because you're just getting what you get, right?
Yeah, right, with adobe. This is a little store. Oh, you have to see the inside of this. Yeah. For efficient use, So, that's funny.
It's left over from the barbershop, huh?
That was here, yeah. Just a little closet.
That's
it's in the thickness of the wall. I guess technically it's not on my property.
Nobody else gets to it.
No. We built this steel frame with the doors in it. And this opens up so that if there's like a art festival or something going on, we can open up. We have shows in here, but it's mostly just a place to stay when we come to Marfa. In Houston, I have a metal shop and I do architectural metalwork. So I started coming out here because my clients were buying places, so I was doing a bunch of work out here. Now I mostly come out for recreation, or my wife and kids come and we love it out here.
It was interesting to work with. It's kind of a way station as well.
So this just closes.
It's welcoming to the community, but it also can be very private, so it kind of transforms like that a bit. And you can be secluded inside or in the back or on the top from not many square feet. Total square footage? 320.
And just narrow and long, you know? Yeah. It's like the old railroad apartments.
Yeah. It was interesting to work with, especially in Marfa with trains being so prevalent out here, because it has the feeling of like a rail car to me. It's the long and narrow. It has upper berth and lower berth, if you will.
And it's all recycled material. This wood came from Galveston, these 26-foot long 2x8s. Most of the steel is like drops from jobs that I've done. It's all kind of made from leftover stuff. And if you go further back, that kitchen divider, it's some salvage marble, some zinc, a zinc panel I had left over, and that's an IKEA cabinet on the bottom, and then those are food boxes from airplane, from Continental.
Was like, oh Lord.
Oh wow, that's great.
Those came from a scrap place, so they were about to get crushed.
So that whole kitchen thing can move?
It could. It's just sitting on the court floor.
I mean, so you just put up a basic frame structure, and then you can just add pieces to make a kitchen.
Mm-hmm. There could be more shelving on top. There could be shelving in here. There could be, you know, but
it's a living house, right?
It came together, and sometimes you just, the best things come from just putting stuff together. What do we have? Let's do it and use it. Not try to refine, and be like, this is fairly new, actual utensils. This is a burner. This is sometimes science experiments, sometimes,
Camp stoves work.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Cook some pancakes on that in the morning, forget about it. This is a new fridge. This has been plugged in, 24 hours? Not even 24 hours now. So after years, there's a fridge here. You went to the secret realm now. Ta-da! This is our bar.
That trunk is the bar.
Okay. Yeah.
The trunk was from
Garage sale.
And then if you go around, these were some of the doors inside the barbershop. They had these showers in the back. This was the awning in front of the barbershop. So we recycled it into this door.
Cue. Da, 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 da.
This light goes, you have it
Inside.
yeah.
That's a wonderful opportunity that George saw. The wire goes in directly to the joist there, or the support. It comes down the wall, that's hollow. So that had to be drilled hollow and welded hollow on that and come down for the control. So when you do this, it's a wonderful opportunity to hide the wiring, to run it right in the center, to make the light accent what's going on above it with the light felt, the light ceiling, steel. I'm not sure we should show you what's in here.
Like, that came from Marfa garage sale.
We'll clean up while we're here.
I love it. I'm gonna go.
This is garage sale too, if I recall correctly. Always keep your WD-40 by your wet ones. And the bug spray.
The tub came from the trash. The glass came from the trash. So almost everything is like scrap, trash, or leftover, or garage sales. This sink is from the Marfa dump. This is the outdoor shower. This is also zinc left over from Joe. Then this is the stairs to the roof. The stairs are those marks on there.
Yeah.
It was a sheet of steel laying on the floor of my shop, and when Hurricane Ike came through, it blew the door off, and my fan was laying on there, and that's what that rust pattern is from. Also has the hot water heater in here. As soon as I got the place, I made it functional just by adding hot water, toilet, and a shower with hot water. So we could stay here no matter what.
Outdoor shower is always nice if you haven't had one. Come on. live a little.
Yeah, where are the neighbors? Can they peek?
No neighbors. There's a little micro alley. Can't really close because the meter guy has to come read the meter for these people's place, which probably should be moved, but that's a whole other battle to fight another day.
So this is like reclaimed space. I mean, these
All their electricity is right here, basically.
So you've just or somebody won't have
This
appropriated
is the new stuff. Our meter is basically out here on the pole, so there should be two, because the meter reader has to still come back here and read their meter. So it can't technically be shut.
Oh my gosh, it just opens up.
Right into, it's more like a truck stop. It's a large gas station, so guys are pulling in and out with diesel and. Go up on the roof with the shaky screws. Ah!
We usually have 2 or 3 people camping on the roof in tents. Oh, there's been like 10 people staying here at a time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Derek said he was going to come with a tent if there's space, so he's on his way. So the whole place is still a little Wild West, I guess. But we were sitting over here in the shade yesterday on some big pillows and just looking at this wall and how this wall has not changed, but it's an amazing piece of work. The strange splashes and rips and paint. I could look at that for a while. This is mastic, so they had something glued on the side here.
Oh.
I don't know what, and I guess the leftover white, they were just trying to wring out their brushes on here. I mean, we could do a CSI on this if you wanted to, but I think this white paint is just from the brushes of this. Something was on the outside here at some point. It was glued to Christopher's.
Because this is what? Right here?
Christopher's Furniture. This is Leo Gonzalez's floor shop.
I think more people should think about these in-between spaces, because there's a lot of cities where real estate's getting...
Sure, density is insane. I mean, I think they were willing to... It had already been established as a space, which probably helped. So it already had a socialist haircut quality. The military guys came here. So it was already well established in town. So to take it over and become something else, I think you might have, with all the bureaucracy, you might have a harder time taking an alley and trying to make a living space out of it in most any other major city.